Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Last night, people in North Belfast witnessed horrific scenes that have absolutely sickened and appalled people across Northern Ireland. A shocking and barbaric act of violence, leaving a victim fighting the consequences of a truly savage attack. Today, our thoughts, our prayers and our deepest concerns are with that victim and with his loved ones, but is also with the local community, those who witnessed what happened firsthand. I have no doubt that they are deeply shaken today. I pay tribute to the bravery of those who stepped forward to intervene in particularly difficult and dangerous circumstances. What happened last night was not simply a criminal act. It was an assault on the very values that bind us together as a society. Every person has the right to walk their streets, live in their community and to feel safe within their own neighbourhood. This type of brutality has no place in Northern Ireland. This morning I spoke with the Chief Constable and with the Justice Minister. I made it clear that at a time when people are understandably anxious and concerned, when people are understandably demanding answers, we must have very clear communication with the public. There must be the giving of as much information as possible. Clear, timely and transparent communication is essential to establish the facts, but also to address any misinformation or rumour. We also need to be very clear that no matter how potentially uncomfortable for some, the full truth must be made public. I have also been in contact with the Prime Minister because the PSNI have confirmed that the 30-year-old male who has been arrested is believed to be of Somalian heritage. I've been in contact and engaged with the Prime Minister this morning to ensure full commitment to full and urgent cooperation with the Home Office to see what status and indeed what information they may hold about this individual. My message is simple. There can be no excuses and no tolerance for such violence. I know that emotions are running high. I know that there is anger and concern across the community. But I do urge everyone to remain calm, to allow the police to carry out their investigation and for people to establish the full facts. Thank you.
Mr. Speaker, and I think like all members, when I saw that video this morning, I was deeply shocked just by the barbarity of the attack that took place at Kinnaird Avenue in North Belfast last night. A man pinned to the ground, seemingly in a helpless state, yet continuing to be attacked by another man using a knife, slashing at his face and repeatedly at his throat, and a man in a helpless state being mutilated. And we hear residents shouting, appealing for the attack to end. And I want to commend those residents who intervened to help bring that attack to an end, and then the police officers who arrived on the scene to end it. I've spoken to the PSNI North Belfast commander this morning, and the police have now put out a statement. They've confirmed that a 40-year-old man is in hospital, and we hope and pray for his recovery, and our thoughts are with him, that he will survive and recover from those horrific injuries, and we think of his family at this time. Also, that a 30-year-old man from Somalia has been arrested. The police tell us they are not seeking anyone else at this stage in connection with this crime. They have told me that both the victim and the perpetrator live locally in that area. So what we need to keep hearing further information from the police. It is important that factual information is put into the public domain, whatever the circumstances, and whether or not that suits everyone's agenda. It is important that we do not have false information circulated online in this era of social media. So I appeal for the police to make that information. They also need to increase their presence on our streets at this time of anxiety and fear that such a thing could happen. And there may well be questions for other statutory services. What were the circumstances in which the attacker was living here? Was there supervision that he was meant to be receiving? So there are questions for other statutory services, and we need to hear honesty, not half-truths. We need to hear the full information. There is great anxiety. This morning I visited Kinnaird Avenue. Obviously it is covered with media this morning. I also visited the Lower Old Park community on the other side of Girdwood. I'm told there was no trouble there last night. This is not any interface-related issue. So what are the circumstances? We need to know those facts. This is a time for assurance. We also do appeal. We're concerned that people could try to cause other people not connected with this incident to suffer consequences. That should not happen. There should be a fact-based response with statutory and community agencies working together. Thank you.